Dustin Poirier shocked the world and knocked out Benoit Saint-Denis at UFC 299 and pretty much surprised everyone. There was this hunch going into this fight that Dustin Poirier, he's the underdog, he's 35 years old, he's coming off a knockout loss to Justin Gaethje. Like, this does not look good for him. He had everything to lose and nothing to gain. He was ranked 3rd in the lightweight division, facing Benoit Saint-Denis, who was ranked 12th. Like, there was no advantage Dustin had going into this fight. And it seemed like the biggest thing against Dustin Poirier was the reason why he won: his experience and age. In this entire fight, from the first round to the last minute pretty much, Benoit Saint-Denis was beating Dustin Poirier. Don't get it wrong. Don't look at the highlights of Dustin Poirier knocking out Benoit Saint-Denis and think Dustin Poirier was winning any other part of the round or the fight. From the moment the bell rung in the first round, Benoit was just on Dustin Poirier, landing more strikes, landing more kicks, using the takedowns, grappling more, had more power, influence. Like, it seemed like Benoit was the clear destroyer. At the end of the first round, Benoit had Dustin Poirier in an armbar. If there was time left, Benoit could have finished that. Like, that was close. In the second round, Dustin Poirier lands a beautiful uppercut. Don't get me wrong, this was a beautiful uppercut, but he was still losing the fight. Benoit Saint-Denis gets hit with a huge uppercut against Dustin Poirier, drops to one knee, goes to grapple Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier goes for another guillotine, right? His 4th guillotine of the night. They end up in a scramble, and Benoit Saint-Denis is up on his feet, hands down, and is walking to Dustin Poirier, throwing some lazy bullshit shots because he's tired. I get it. And Dustin Poirier, being the best boxer you could possibly be, right? This is where he looked good. Standing there, slipping some shots, come back and throws a right hook and drops Benoit Saint-Denis. The entire fight, Dustin Poirier did not look good. He just did not look like he was not the one commanding the fight. He was not the one initiating anything. Benoit was. But that last minute, when he landed that uppercut, they had the scramble, and Benoit's walking to Dustin Poirier, and he lands the right hook. Dustin looked incredible. He's amazing. And this is what Dustin Poirier is all about. He forms under pressure. That is why they call him the Diamond, right? This dude, for some reason, in all of his fights, the Conor fights, the Dan Hooker fight, the Michael Chandler fight, when someone is putting the pressure on Dustin Poirier and they're fighting back, he capitalizes so much on your mistakes, on your, whether it's your reach or your slips or how you're moving or blocking, he will find a hole, he will find a crack, and he will exploit it and make you pay. And that's what happened in this fight. Benoit had his hands down, walking to Dustin Poirier after he got dropped. Hands down, throwing some lazy looping shots. And Dustin Poirier just is slipping on him. 1-2, 1-2, right hook. And literally made Benoit Saint-Denis suffer. This was insane. Although Dustin Poirier is 35 years old and he beat Benoit Saint-Denis, he is still there in the title picture. Now, I don't think he'll ever win a title, but if he beats one more fighter, I think Dustin Poirier should fight the loser of Arman Tsarukyan and Charles Oliveira, or fight the loser of Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje, and whoever he fights, run that. And if he wins in a spectacular fashion like he did against Benoit Saint-Denis, then he can fight Islam. I know Islam tweeted out to Dustin saying, "That was a very impressive fight. I would like to fight you, blah, blah, blah." And Dustin basically said, "Let's fight in June." We all know deep down, Dustin Poirier, yes, he's good, but he's coming off a knockout loss to Justin Gaethje, beat the 12th ranked fighter. He does not deserve the title shot. I understand people don't want to see Islam and Charles because that's just constant rematches. They want to see fresh matchups. But I would much rather see Islam versus Justin or Max Holloway or Arman or Charles than Dustin and Islam right now. We all know Islam would kill Dustin Poirier, and at least if someone, fights Islam, it gives Dustin Poirier time to work on his grappling. His grappling is so bad, and we saw it in this Benoit Saint-Denis fight, that literally anybody who has a blue belt in jiu-jitsu can probably beat Dustin Poirier. That's what it feels like. Congrats to Dustin Poirier. He looked incredible. He was getting beat up until that final 10-15 seconds pretty much, and landed the beautiful combos to finish Benoit Saint-Denis. It doesn't matter how you start the fight. It's all about how you finish, and Dustin Poirier for sure did that. I would like to see Dustin fight if I could choose. I would love to see him run a trilogy match with either Justin Gaethje or do a fourth match against Conor McGregor. I think it would be interesting. Or even have Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz come back and fight Dustin Poirier. That'd be very fun to watch. I don't want to see Dustin, fight any more jiu-jitsu guys or fight for the title, because it's over. And it's just going to waste time for other matchups to happen. For Benoit Saint-Denis, ranked 12th in the lightweight division, I think he's still got a lot ahead of him. I think he could, fight someone like Renato Moicano next, or Jalen Turner, Dan Hooker. There's a lot of fun fights for Benoit Saint-Denis. He has a bright future, 28 years old. He'll definitely be in the title picture and probably win a championship very soon. I've got a lot of hope in Benoit Saint-Denis. But that was my breakdown and reaction to Dustin Poirier and Benoit Saint-Denis. I appreciate everyone watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.